Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and let's talk about where to spend your energy from levels 20 to 29 or 30. I always like to do this video after I've ascended to the next rank because I think it's very important to see what's the next rank rewards and compare them, which is what we're going to be doing in this video. The 20 bracket, 30 bracket, what is exactly the difference in order to find out what is actually the most efficient way to do. Now, I'll give you like a TLDR. At the end of level 30, your account should look like this. You have a level 40 character, 40, 40. Their equipment as well, all level 40. You can see here one character has 40. Now Grace also has 40 weapon. Lycan also has 40. This is the ideal dream that you want to have and your goal that you want to work towards. If you can complete sets and all this is very nice. But how we're going to progress this video is I'm going to split it into two parts because you only start unlocking all the drive, the gear, your relics and stuff like that at 25 and beyond. So I want to talk about the first 20 to 25, which forms the foundation of getting you into the very, very nice build that you will have once you hit level 30 as well. So first things first, what I want you to focus on, and I will give you a reason why, is to focus on getting your characters up to 30, 30, 30, which means your three main characters. Let me just go into the character screen here. Your three main characters, in my case, is Grace, Lycan and Ellen, but you can play with whichever other character that you want. We'll be doing guides for all of them on the channel. That's why we went to go and pull as many as we can. What I want you to look like before you hit 25 is you must be level 30 out of 30. The weapon also 30 out of 30. And your skills here below, I want you to at least get this one unlocked, the A unlocked 55555. And that is what you should work towards. If you are a whale, you pay to win, you have more resources, thereafter, I want you to actually save for the ascension to 40 out of 40. It only costs 12 to get your character out from 20 to 30 in terms of 12 of these mats, and you'll get a lot of the EXP books pretty much for free as you are playing the game. But to get up to from 30 to 40, that is quite expensive. You need 20 of these, and the rewards don't increase tremendously as I'm about to show you. So whales, pay to wins, or slightly more resources, make sure you pre-farm in advance. That will be the most efficient thing from 20 to 25. And I'll talk about a bit more in a little bit. So why do I say farm agent promotion and at the same time W engine modification? Is let me show you the difference between 30 and 20. Starting off with 30, and you can compare it with your 20 as well. I'll just go in and show you. Let's take blue and you multiply by 3 on the low end and high end. So it's 6 to 9 green equivalent. And 6 to 9 you plus onto this. It becomes an 8 to 11 or 8 to 12 rather. 8 to 12 green equivalent. Let me just go and just remember the number 8 to 12. And if we go to level 20 and you click this plus, you actually see that 3 and 6 multiply plus here is a 7 and 11. 7 and 11 versus 8 and 12, that is practically no difference, or maybe less than 10%. My off the top here is like maybe 12 to 14% difference. I'm not exactly sure, but that's very, very small. Pretty much the same. So you might as well do all your farming done for your characters between 20 to 25. And for those of you who are free to play players, you don't have much resources and stuff, that will be my advice for the entirety of like 20 to 30. Focus on pre-farming your characters to get all of them up to 40 so that you can do other useful stuff in your 30 to 40 bracket as well, which I will share with you in a little bit. So that is the first step. Make sure you get these agent promotion here. Then the question you'll be wondering is, EOD, does this efficiency also apply to others like the W engine modification, agent scale, basic materials? I'm going to show you as well, and that's why we are doing this video. So for this W engine, let's look at the 21. You can see the rewards 4 to 5. This one is slightly different. So you multiply 6 to 9, and you plus it here is 10 to 14. So remember the number 10 to 14 real quick, and we go here to level 30 and you will see the difference. So 10 to 14, was it 10 to 14? Around there. This one is 9 to 12. 9 to 12, it becomes 13 to 17. 13 to 17 versus what we heard previously is actually quite different. This one is a lot better in the next bracket compared to the ones previously. So I would say that if you are looking to pre-farm your gear in terms of weapon modification, not as efficient. That's why I suggested focusing on the agent promotion first. W engine modification can come slightly later, not as critical as the agent promotion to pre-farm for level 40 to 40. But if you have a lot of excess resources, you could farm this one. It's still going to be necessary for you to farm. The others like basic material, I definitely don't recommend this one yet because early in the game, basic materials are quite easy to obtain. You get a lot of rewards from just playing through the story and completing the quest. But if you're struggling, Just make sure that you fulfill the objective, get your characters up to 30, 30, 30, weapons also 30, 30, 30. So farm whatever you need for your particular account. Agent skill. This is the last thing on this section here before we move on to the 25. Some of you are wondering, is this good or not good? Should you get it or not? I'll give you one option, a quick cheese for any of you who have a bit excess resources. If you go into the store here and you go into the signal shop, fading signal, you see any of these pay-to-win players, if you have additional resources, you can consider picking these advanced physical chips up. They pretty much settle your characters, a lot of them. But for free-to-play players, I understand, I just want to cater to as many people as I can in this video, and that's the point of me rushing to get as much of these levels up, even though I'm inefficient because I didn't know in advance. That's why I make these kind of videos. Let's look at the first one here. Same thing, 2, 3, 4 to 5. So if I multiply this by 6, is 6 to 9. We have 10 to 14 range. 10 to 14 range at 30. And if you go down to 20, you will see here this is 8 to somewhere around 12. 8 to 12 versus 10 to 14. That is also quite a massive difference. So the one that with the least difference is actually agent promotion. The rest of them not as efficient. But this is not the only place you farm, and that's where I want to go into the second part of things. And some of you will notice when I was keying my characters already, if you notice, my characters have a fully stacked amount of gear, and this is very different from Honkai Star Rail. If you guys followed me as we were going through Honkai Star Rail where I told you not to farm gear, this one is slightly different, and I'll explain why. Firstly, you only have 3 characters. It's very different from Honkai Star Rail and other games which are 4 characters. It's a lot easier to farm for these 3 units. And I will share with you what happens after you hit 25, 26. Something will actually appear called these routine cleanups. And let's just go into let's just teleport there so it's easier to see also. So you have here all the different gear that you can farm, all the many different gear. And personally, I actually spend quite a bit of resources farming for the one set. I'm looking for the main set for my characters, because you will be, if you don't do at least a bit of farming, and here's the reason why, even though I know it's super inefficient to use energy before the gold tier, if you don't farm these now, you are running around naked unless you complete quests, which means that you take even longer to clear your daily monsters. So I would actually say putting a bit of investment. Don't aim to min-max, just go for certain sets. I'll have another video out of what I recommend. Personally, I farmed these 2 domains because all of my characters can use these sets. So I farmed this, I just wanted to get a 4-piece for my characters, 4-piece polar metal as well, and then I'll throw whatever I can and recycle it into other sets that is very generic, and then I complete my 2-piece, 4-piece bonus. But I will touch more on gearing your characters in the early game in a little bit. But I want to share with you that don't be afraid of farming relics in this game, at least for the early game. Don't min-max and keep rolling now, makes no sense, but at least complete your set bonuses, and that is what I will actually focus on for 20 to 25 to 30. That's where I'll consider. Don't min-max, just farm a bit, because when you do that, you actually can clear your Shi defense a little bit deeper. You can push as far as you can to get more rewards for yourself. I didn't fight this after hitting 30 yet, didn't have time, but you can push. I already pushed all the way 5 Shi defense at level 30 out of 30, and I probably will progress deeper now that I'm slightly higher level. Halo 0 here, you can also clear this very, very deeply if you are well geared, because you'll basically make your life a lot easier if you are decently geared. And what is the level of gear you are expected that to have? Maybe some of you are wondering. Generally, as you can see, I just complete my sets. That's all I'm aiming for. Main stat wise, I'll touch on another video and what to farm. Even this one, I didn't even have a nice one. I just am looking for a particular main stat for my character, like anomaly proficiency. And yeah, that is pretty much how I went ahead throughout the game. This was a total free set, this impact set that we got. But if you found this video helpful and you appreciate such content, I'll definitely be doing one for the next tier, the 31 to 35 and beyond. And I'm also going to be sharing with you guides on how to gear characters efficiently in this early to mid game cycle. And if you want more of such content, like and subscribe for more such future videos. And again guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next video.